How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Pillow Talk with Paul Goneau. My guest today is the hilarious comedian Harv Khatow.
There we go.
Welcome, brother.
Let's do that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Fucking coming from Gravenhurst, eh?
Yeah, today.
Yeah, that's quite the mission.
Yeah, they have Grave in the name. That's good.
Grave in the name, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deb is probably the sweetest, kindest, just has the warmest soul of anybody I've ever met since I've been doing comedy, bro.
I believe that.
There's nobody that compares to her, you know?
How long have you been known Deb? Like, did you go to the Young and Shepherd
No, man,
Deb's
I didn't
then?
know her at that time.
Oh, yeah.
I met her last summer, I believe, because I was doing like a little bit of like cash work for, do you know Jay Kowalski?
No.
Okay, well, he does like landscaping and stuff like that, and he does a lot of the stuff like property maintenance for Deb.
Mm-hmm.
And she had this like giant tree in her backyard that was really close to like her actual house. And it was going to be really expensive if she didn't go through Jay. Jay's like her friend. And so that's how I met her, and I did a little bit. I cut the tree down and I painted her backyard, or stained her backyard fence.
Yeah.
And that's how we met. And I've only been up to Gravenhurst once.
Yeah.
But it was a fun time. I didn't actually stay that night. I went up with Brandon Henderson. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I do know him.
And so like he drove me back and there, and yeah, but it was a lot of fun, man. Even though like it's Gravenhurst. I don't even know. Like, it's gotta be really hard to get people to come to a show in Gravenhurst.
Yeah, man. So midway through the show, a guy walked in called Chad. And he was there with his friend, I want to say Steve, and both of them were there just to convince Dev to make it a strip club. Like, those were the two audience members that were just there going, when is this place gonna become a strip club? But in all fairness, I think Deb's sticking with the comedy thing for now.
Yeah? I feel like even like with Deb, she's only maybe like a half-hour conversation away from turning it into a strip club. I feel like it's not something that she's taken off the table or she would ever take off the table.
No.
It's just like, oh, if I could make money that way.
Yeah.
But like in Gravenhurst still, like I don't know if that's the best place for anything. You know what I mean? It seems like it's that kind of town where people like drive through when they're going to other places. You know what I mean?
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on there.
There's definitely not. What did I mean? Oh yeah, you didn't stay there, right?
No, I didn't stay the night.
I stayed there for the night. It was.
But she did pay when I went up too. She did pay for like a couple of the other comedians' hotels.
Yeah, she paid for mine, which was like I appreciated because there was no audience. I don't know how she was making. She just lost a lot of money last night, and I felt so bad. But
I don't know how she did. It's like, and I don't know a lot about her history, but I like know that she has a significant amount of money, owns some properties and stuff like that. But like when she puts on these shows, I feel like more time than not, she's like, you know, losing money. Yeah.
Lots of money.
And to keep doing it, like, you know, I mean, hotel and like she pays well.
Yeah.
And it's and like some of the comedians too would like fill up their gas tank because it's like some weird like gas station venue.
So she
type
told me
deal.
like feel free to fill as much gas as you want, and so like she's hired someone called Patrick to
I know him.
to like run the place, and he was telling a story where he forgot to turn the pump off in the night when he went home, and people just filled up the thing for free and left, like, and they complained to the cops, and the cops just said, then turn it off.
Fault. Yeah. That sucks,
off.
Man.
Yeah, and outside it says fill first, then pay. So the guys that came at the night, I don't think it's their fault because they filled first and then they went to pay.
Maybe they went to pay and
couldn't. Like, it's honest to God, I don't know how that place turns.
And it's old school. I don't think they even have the option to pay with a credit card, right?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think they even have cameras up in that bitch. You could just go and rob the whole thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
you don't even need a gun or a knife.
She's definitely old school up there.
Yeah. You
like,
just have to show up saying, give me all the money.
Please give me your money.
She'd be like, yeah, sure, this is all I got.
She's so like, well, you asked nicely, sir. Like,
oh, man. But when I met her though stripping gets me to the point where I have been on 2 shows for Deb, and she's lost clothing on both of them.
Oh, for real, eh?
For real. Yeah.
Yeah, I've only performed with her once, but like legitimately the first time I met her, like the very first time, I mean, dude, within like 5 minutes of knowing Deb, she showed me her boobs.
Yeah.
Like she just lifted up her shirt and it's like, oh, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's Deb.
Yeah.
And it's just,
yeah. When I told people I'm going up to Gravenhurst, everyone was like looking at me like I'm her new boyfriend or something. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Does she have that reputation? What's going on?
I don't know about her, like,
yeah,
you know,
neither,
sleeping with people, or I don't even really care, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, she's a sweetheart and she's a free spirit. I don't know many people that are her age that are just like doing what they love to do and are, you know, she's always happy, man. She could be going through some shit and she's still got a big smile on her face, and that's what I love about
That's the good part. So yesterday, I mean, the show was at 9, but like not many people showed up at 9, so we were talking, me, Deb, another comic, the comic's wife, my wife, we were all like talking.
Oh, she went up with you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so we were all talking, and they started, the other comic's wife started talking about the hardships in their life and all of that, and then they looked to Deb and they were like, Deb, you must have had some hard times too, you know, you look like a person that's been through some stuff. And Deb just looks at them and goes, no, I'm just spoiled. I was like, yo, you're the best. Like, I'm sure you've been through some stuff, you know, but the fact that you don't even care and you're just like, no, I'm very spoiled. Like, I just get what I want.
Yeah, I mean, she's the kind of, There's always going to be people in a worse position. I think that's how she kind of looks at it.
Yeah,
you know,
which is such a good way to look at it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, such a, like you said, a positive spirit, which I like. And she puts up for comedy, bro. Not a lot of people do that. Like, not a lot of people would lose money and still keep going.
Yeah.
You know? In Gravenhurst.
Yeah.
In fucking Gravenhurst, bro.
Yeah, man.
So, major respect. Won't lie about that. Like,
does your lady always go to your wife? Does she always go to your shows?
No. She picks.
Okay.
She picks depending on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some people she likes and she goes to their shows just because she likes the people. There's some shows she goes to because she likes the show, and there's some shows she specifically doesn't go to because she doesn't like people there. So she picks and chooses her.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people to not like, I think, but there's also a lot of people. That's the thing, man. Comedy, there's something for everybody. So if you don't like something, it's just move on to the next thing. It's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay.
Exactly. But here's the thing, and comedy being the funny business is also like very political for some reason, and very like, I don't know, it's like people's after people for some reason is what I feel, and that's why I try to stay away from it as much as possible, and she tries to keep me away from it as much as possible.
Like political jokes?
No. Just yeah, that too, in a way.
Or you're saying like the drama involved with
that plus like if you say a joke about something and someone hears it and they don't like it, you get cancelled and all of that bullshit. Like a lot of that goes on. Like this is a funny business, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're getting on a mic and all you're trying to do is be funny, and if in that process you ended up offending someone, I'm sorry, I guess.
Yeah, like I mean, and even still, like like any art form, you know, any artist in any art form should be allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think it's become really hard for comedians to make mistakes.
Right.
You know, and because people just look at it. People don't realize that you have to go through the motions to figure things out.
Yeah.
You know, and if that means like sometimes you fucking tell a shitty joke or I don't know, tasteless joke or whatever someone views as tasteless, you know, it's just part of the process. You know, I find actually like there's a lot of these dudes that have like a stage persona or character that they portray on stage that is completely opposite to how, like, there's a lot of like comics that you would consider edgy that are like the nicest guys I've met.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's so weird. You can have these really nice comics that are just, you know, stealing jokes and talking shit behind people's backs. And it's like, I'm kind of like you, man. And I think it's my woman. It's nice to have a fucking strong, smart woman in your corner.
Yeah.
You know? And, she kind of keeps me in check. And I don't, it's not just her. Do you know what I mean? But she definitely plays a big role in just keeping me grounded and just not kind of get in with like some. There's things that have happened over the course of me being. I've been doing comedy just under 4 years. How long have you been doing?
I would say 2 years because I started Jan 2020, but then
oh shit,
pandemic. So I don't know how to.
That's dope, man. You're so good, dude.
Thanks, man.
Like, you're one of my favorites, legit. Not just because you're on here. I have, like, a lot of people on here, but, like,
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
you're awesome, dude.
Thank you.
And I was actually, man, the Lafiteria show that you did last.
Yeah, that broke my heart.
Like, going into it, there were a few comedians I hadn't seen perform on that show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just talking to my buddies, and, like, I don't vote or anything, but, like, when I get comedians, I'm like, I like to kind of pick who I think might win. And, like, it was either you or Hillary in my book, and then Moira fucking out of left field, and she crushed it, bro. I was blown away. She's amazing, and she's been doing it for like months. You know what I mean? It's so awesome to see new people getting in comedy. Like, when I was kind of getting in comedy, I felt like, and by no means am I an OG. I'm like, I don't consider myself top tier. I'm just trying. I don't know if I'll ever be the funniest comedian, but I'm always going to get better, and I'm always going to keep trying, you know? Mm-hmm. And when I started, there just wasn't a lot of, like, I don't know, doors open for newer comedians. So I'm just like, I really kind of want, and I think Lafiteria is the perfect show for, like, you know, experienced comedians and, like, beginners, you know? So, you should definitely start up your own show. Have you thought about that?
I really want to, man. I just want to get a venue, and I guess I'm not getting a venue right now. So I'm just really trying everything. I'm trying Comedy Bar. I'm trying even SoCap. I'm gonna email them. It's gonna email everyone. I want to really start my own show.
Definitely, man. It's definitely like obviously we're comedians. Even as a producer, like, I'm not making bank, but I'm definitely making more money putting the shows together and hosting than I was just, you know, performing.
Yeah. Bro, for me, honest to God, money, knock on wood, is not an issue right now. So I don't worry about those things. And what I'm in for is just to get better. Yeah. And if I do my own show, it's solely going to be comics I want to put on. You know? Yeah. Like, I like your shit and I want to watch you. That's all it is. Like, there's
and that's kind of what, like, I'm going to be starting up another show it looks like it's going to be July. It was either late June or July. So it's looking like it's going to be July. And
nice. Third show, or are you?
Yeah. And so, like, I'm kind of, in my mind, like, the monthly show at Comedy Bar is going to be the premiere out of, like, my 3. And then Lafiteria is going to be kind of like a bridge, I think, just for newer comedians and stuff, and people that, like, I don't really know. Like, because I don't like, if anyone asks me, I'm gonna put them on. I don't like saying no, and I think it's like, I just have so much respect for really anybody that'll get out there and go on the mic, and it's just trying to do it. Like, I have a lot of, like, cynical friends that'll come to my shows and be like, I don't like that part, and I'm always, like, trying to, like, pick apart things that were good and just like, hey, man, like, they're out there doing it. Like, that step is, like, half of the work already. Yeah. Just getting on there.
Yeah, which you know? I don't remember if you remember, but, I mean, I don't think you remember, but I mentioned, the first thing when I met you, I mentioned that, like, I didn't even know how you looked, to be very honest. I just messaged you on fucking Instagram, and you got back to me with a date for the monthly show. That's how easy it was. And I showed up to Comedy Bar, I shook your hand. The first thing I said is, bro, I really appreciate the fact that you just responded to a fucking message. You know?
I saw you were on a few shows with people that, like, I respect, and at the end of the day, like, that's also a big sign too. And you're, like I said, dude, you're legitimately, like, up there with, like, my favorites in the scene right now, and it's just
that's huge. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man, it's crazy that you've only been doing it for 2 years. You know?
Yeah, which is,
why'd you get into it?
Oh shit, I always wanted to get into it, but and I don't know how to but so as an immigrant, your first thing is, I don't want to get kicked back, right? For any reason, I don't want to get kicked back to, I mean, that wouldn't be a problem. I like India, but, like, you know, like, I don't want to deal with that with my parents. I don't want to deal with the whole thing of, like, why did you get kicked out of the fucking country, bro? So my first goal was secure permanent residency. Just come here, study, get work, secure permanent residency. Till then, head down, keep working towards that, right? Once I got that, I was like, okay, cool. Now there's a permanent before my residency, right? So they ain't kicking me out anytime soon. Now I can go out, and I have a job now. at that point I was thinking like I have a job that I can do, and I have my evenings free now, so I have that 9 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And
The
then
security.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Now, and I have my permanent residency, and now I can go out there and do it. So I was doing Muay Thai at Siam's old school back then, Spadina and Queen area, and Cameron House was running a show back then.
Yeah.
And I would just go.
Was it the Friend Zone?
It was, yes, but before that there was another show. I don't know what it was called.
Okay.
It was run by Jen Sicaro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I showed up to Jen's show, and honest to God, I just walked in and I was like, this is an amazing show. How does one get on? And she's like, you can get on right now. And I was like, I'm not prepared. Like, I've never done this. I've never done this. So, and she was like, okay, just a word of advice. Like, if you're serious about it, next time when someone asks you for a spot, just say yes. And I was like, okay, in that case, can I take the clock 2 minutes back and say yes? And she was like, yeah, you can.
All right.
And I got on stage that day.
That day.
Yeah. And it didn't go badly, bro.
Right.
It didn't go as bad as
And you didn't have any written materials all off the top.
Nothing. I just walked on there and I said what I thought I should say at that point. It wasn't funny, but I stood there for the 5 minutes and I talked.
And it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the thing, I was like, yo, I should do this. And then I didn't do it for 6 months. And
yeah.
And I don't know, I just didn't do anything about it. I just kept thinking, yeah, I'll do it. And then I didn't do anything. But then I showed up, and then it was the Friend Zone.
Yeah.
And then I would keep showing up weekly just to watch what's going on, like, and I saw everyone there. Like, now when I'm meeting these people, I was like, oh yeah, I saw you on the Friend Zone. Shit, I saw you on the Friend Zone. Shit. Because I would go every week, right? I had nothing to do. I would just walk into Cameron House, and then one day they put me on that show. And from there, I met a few comics. They told me there was some things called open mics, where people could just show up, sign up, and fucking go up.
Yeah.
Man, changed my life. I would go out to Woodbine Station every day, not every time, to that Rusty Nail and to Groove Bar.
Yeah.
And just eat shit on a weekly basis, just every fucking week. Just no jokes. I got owned by an old lady once in a in a Blue Jays jersey. She was getting so drunk and she just totally fucking heckled the shit out of me. I had nothing to say. Yeah, I was just there going, fuck, you win, I guess. But yeah, it was good. And then I moved to Brett's backyard when everything shut down. I don't know if you know Brett.
I don't think so, no. I know the name, but I don't know him, I've seen the name.
Yeah, man. A lot of, and again, this is no shade or no hate, but a lot of people say like, oh, I put on during the pandemic. The real person who put it on during the pandemic was Brett Young. Because anyone and everyone could get a mic on there. Anyone could get on the mic, I mean, yeah, that creates problems of its own maybe. Like, you hear some things you don't want to hear, but like, you're there, and you're getting a shot, you're getting to do what you like. And that changed a lot for me because I could bomb week in, week out without anyone watching,
But it's weird. It's really weird how bombing, in retrospect, like, builds confidence. Like, not directly after, but I mean, like, a couple shows after. It's like the bombing, because you're just like, whoa, it's not going to get worse than that, know? And and that's also what I think hosting does. And I get what you're saying, like, you want to, like, work on your material and get better. And, like, I definitely want that too, but I think a lot of what hosting does is, like, I'm not great. I'm not like I'm the best. I'm not the best at anything really in this, but I'm trying, and I feel like hosting really gets, like, I haven't been doing it for long. I started the monthly show last August, so we're coming up on a year, and like I just think my crowd work and talk, I'm just so much more comfortable than I was just a year ago, and it's solely from hosting.
Yeah.
From being like, I went from the guy who was like, hey, what position, when do you want to go up? And I was like, not first, never first. That was me back then, just a year ago. And now it's like, I have no choice but to go on first at my own shows. And so now when people are like, oh, I'll be like, oh, if you need me to go first, it's just, things evolve and change. And I think it would definitely be beneficial. And you should definitely look for like an actual like comedy club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's it's just easier to bring people in at those places.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I bet it's easier to market a show when it has comedy bar on it, you know?
There's some people that just, they can pack anything. And I don't think I'm necessarily there yet, but I could pack comedy bar like on a Saturday. Because like some people come, you know, some people you don't even know. Like 20 people come in that are just, you know, there for comedy.
Yeah.
They just want to laugh, and that's an awesome audience to have.
Dude, I was blown away when I was at the monthly show. I was honestly blown away because it started at 11, and in my head I was like, yeah, there's gonna be a crowd, but it's an 11 o'clock show, you know. So like I was prepared for that mentally, but there was gonna be a crowd, but I didn't build it too much in my head. When I came there, bro, there was no room to even stand in there.
Yeah, the one you were at was fucking...
Yeah,
I think that was the most... I actually oversold, I think, that day. Like,
yeah, you did. I got my brother, and the guy at the gate was like, yeah, I don't think you're going to get in. So you wait here for 10 minutes, and if I can squeeze you in, I will. And at the end, before my set, he was like, yo, come watch your brother kind of thing, you know? And he got to watch me. But it was crazy. Just the fact that I knew outside there's a sea of people just waiting. It was crazy. I had the best time doing that show. Really.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The last one I did was on a fucking holiday weekend. So it was literally like maybe like 50 people, so there was like a lot. But I mean, it was still a lot of fun, and I messed with the crowd and like went in the crowd, got the lights turned on, and was like fucking with people in the crowd. So I just tried different stuff. It's like, I used to beat myself up about attendance, but man, there's no point. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
What did you... So... You like moved here with the intention to study?
Yes.
Was that the plan? Do you have family here living, or are you? So you just like fucking went by yourself?
Yeah. So most of the things in my life happened by accident. The year before I moved here, my brother with his whole family moved to London, Ontario, just on a whim, really. And he moved to London, Ontario, and then that's how that brought Canada on the map for me. I was like, hey, Canada's an option. Fuck. Because all this while I was thinking about the States for some reason, because everyone wants to go there from India, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll figure a way out too. And the Canada showed up, and I was in my last year of graduation in India, and I wasn't allowed to apply for on-campus jobs. So, you know, they come to your university to hire right off the campus, and I wasn't allowed because my grades were like the worst.
Okay.
In the first 2 years of university, I just didn't go to class. I never went to class. I didn't focus on it. I was doing my own thing, but I would still pass and go to the next grade if that makes any difference. But I wasn't allowed. So then I knew like I'm not gonna get a job right off the bat, and I didn't know if I was ever gonna get a job and shit like that, and I was worried a little bit. And then one guy showed up to class. Literally, this happened. One guy showed up to class and he's like, "Hey, we have an exchange program ish. Who wants to go to Canada?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go." And I went home to my parents and I was like, I want to do this. And they were like, is it legit? And I was like, yes, I lied. It wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay, alright.
Yeah, he lied about a bunch of shit. So he said you'll have to do 2 semesters and you come here and then you can just do 2 semesters and do your co-op and graduate. I had to do 4, which for an international student, it's 10 grand per semester, minimum.
Jeez.
Minimum. That's like the minimum threshold of fees you're paying anywhere in Canada at a university. So you can imagine your investment just doubled. Like, you know, like now if you had to pay 10K, you're supposed to pay 20. If you're paying 20, you're supposed to pay 40. If you're paying 40, 80. Yeah. That's how. So yeah, it wasn't easy because that happened after I moved here. So there was no going back, you know. Once I moved here, I realized that, okay, some things weren't true, some things are true, which is the reality for me now. But it worked out, you know. I got my first co-op placement as
What did you go to school for?
Computer information systems.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I graduated computer science from India and came here, did computer information systems, and then started working as a dev on co-op for 3 months in British Columbia.
Oh, nice. Where'd you live in BC?
Abbotsford.
All right, dude. I used to live in BC too. I lived on Vancouver Island.
Oh, shit. That's a nice... I mean, have you been to Abbotsford? That's a complete shithole.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because everyone's like, oh, it's so beautiful out there. But it has its shitty parts too, man. Yeah. It really does. Surrey, like, it's got some, you know? Yeah. Oh, man. But I do like it over there. You liked it over there?
No.
No, not at all?
No,
okay. Not a good experience.
So when I was doing my job, that guy was like, yo, I'll hire you for like... I had about 16 months of co-op left or a year of co-op left, and that guy was like, I'll hire you for the whole time, and I'll give you benefits, and I'll hire you full-time after that. And I took a job at BlackBerry that I knew was never going to turn into a full-time job. I was like, I need to get out of here. You know, I don't care about this job, neither do I care about this city. I just want to get to Ontario. You know, get me to fucking Ontario. And Waterloo hired me. I went to Waterloo, and that's where I ended up meeting my wife too. So it kind of all worked out in a way. I met some of the best friends I have over there in Waterloo. So that decision actually changed my life, and that's actually the time when I decided that someday I'm going to be a stand-up comedian. Like, that's going to happen. And it took me about 4 years from then to kind of start doing it, but it happened, didn't it?
So I'm just going to assume that what you were going to school for, like your family was were they supportive of that?
Of stand-up?
No, not of stand-up. Your original career when you were going to college. Yes. So I would have assumed, it seems fairly traditional, like way.
Yeah. So traditional would be engineering.
Okay.
And my mother thought I was too stupid for it, so she just told me, listen. Everyone must live within their means. You go do computer science or
Son, I love you. All right, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, but dude, like India is so competitive. Like if you get like 95%, you're still not making it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't make it, man.
Yeah.
I struggled through school. Well, to be fair, in high school, up until high school, I struggled. It took me 5 years to graduate. But then when I went to like culinary school for 2 years, and when I was doing that, I was really interested in what I was doing, so I did a lot better. Okay. I felt like there was a lot of shit I was learning in like high school and even before then that I just wasn't interested in. Not like fundamentals like math. Obviously, like I wasn't interested in that, but I understood the importance. But just like there's just certain things that I just didn't care about, and so like you said, I didn't go. I was living on my own when I was like 16, so I was like the guy everyone was going, he had his own place and we would party there, and so it was just like, I live on my own, man, and if I didn't want to go into first period civics, like I'm not going into fucking civics, you know? And I got like amazing. 8% in civics, bro.
Oh, dude, that's
8%.
Sick.
I think I went to like one class.
Oh, man. In the 10th grade, I got like similar grades in chemistry, and like in computer science I got 6% once. Yeah. In the first year. Now you know why they didn't allow me to go for on campus jobs. So like, you're too stupid, bro. You stay out of this shit.
So how do they feel about you in stand up? Doing stand up?
Who, the people in India or
no,
like
your
my
parents?
Oh man, so my dad's always been supportive, right? Because my dad comes from a very different background. His forefathers were into like movies, they were into acting and all of that stuff, they were into boxing, so they were always doing what they were passionate about, right? And so he was very supportive. Like the fact that I was gonna do a job was not the best for him. Like he was happy for me, but the minute I said I was interested in stand up, like that changed everything for him. It was like, yes, you know, fuck yes, do it. Yeah. And my mom hated it. Like she hated it. The first time I told her I want to do stand-up, she literally looked me in the eye and told me, but you're not funny. I was like, okay, that's a good start, mother.
Yeah. I had some people say that to me exactly at the starting point. It's like, wait, don't stand-up comedians have to be funny?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, just wait. What does she think now?
She likes
because you are funny. Yeah. She has to see that now, right?
Yeah, she sees it now. But again, I was a very reserved kid, right? So it's fair that she never saw that side of me, but my friends did, you know?
Fair.
So it is what it is. I mean, now she likes it, but she like supports it to the point where just keep your job. Don't fucking quit your job.
I'm kind of at a point where I'm very much at a crossroads in my life right now because I've been laid off like 3 times. I'm currently laid off from my 9-to-5 job and doing all this, and I just got into like reffing and stuff like that. So now it's like I have all these things that are definitely going to lead to, you know, I don't want to say a lot of money. It's just obviously going to take... It takes a lot to be making money in stand-up. It takes a lot to be making money in reffing. But, like, I can see it on the horizon. And I'm, like, at a point where it's like, if my work doesn't call me back for, like, the next few months, and they call me back in like October, it might be too late, bro. Like I might have already planted the seeds for like, I've always said when I get to a point in doing like what I love, and now I have like comedy and the reffing, if I could just make like as much as I make from my 9 to 5 doing those things, I'll leave my 9 to 5. And then everything else is just, you know, cherry icing on the cake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I just want to break even with my 9 to 5, you know? Doing what I like doing. That's literally it. And most people that I meet that are actually interested, it want exactly the same. They just want to be able to do this and pay bills.
It's a happiness thing, you know? Like, and you really see, and like you grow up and like money doesn't buy happiness, and you're like, like it buys things that makes me me happy, you know, and I get it, but I know so many people that are way more well off than me, and because they don't have something that they enjoy doing, like stand up or whatever, fucking painting or singing, guitar, just something that they're excited to wake up for.
Yeah,
their lives are very different, and they don't understand. They're like, you know, they kind of look at me like, how are you so happy? And it's like, well, man, it doesn't take a lot to make me happy.
Yeah,
you know?
And I learned that from my dad, bro.
Yeah,
you know, that's one thing I learned from my father, because he is epileptic, and he had to give up his boxing career because of epilepsy, you know, because he couldn't fight anymore and he had to give it up. But in spite of giving it up, he continued training kids for free for 25 years. He won all the university titles, he won all of that, and he didn't charge a single cent. Like anyone could go. He was one of the best boxing teachers in he could have done that full time and got way more than his full-time job. But he was just happy, bro. He was happy because he got to teach people this art form, and he was happy because he could provide for his family doing his 9 to 5. And he's always been young. You know, like he's 75 right now. You meet him, he'll outrun both of us. You know, and he's happy, he's always joking, he looks like he enjoys every minute, you know? And that's because he chose to do what made him happy. He didn't choose to like go out there and take on that extra job to be more richer or be better at. I mean, he was really good at his job, but like look to like get to another job, make more money. He was never about making more money. He thought he made what.
And don't get like money's good. Making money's good. Like I don't want to act like there isn't, you know, good things that come from that, but that's not where you should get your happiness from.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You know? Yeah, because I mean, if you want to like be young for a long time. Chasing money is gonna make you tired and old very soon. You know, you're gonna like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But if you just do what you like and don't worry about the money, like if you go to Bombay and like if you go in the boxing circles and you see like these different boxers that have achieved shit and how they come and talk to my father, like their head down, hands down, like talking to my father, like he made them who they are. When he didn't do it, he just coached them and they became who they are, you know.
Your dad boxed professionally though?
Yeah, not professionally, semi-professional, you can say, like, you know, path that leads towards Olympics and stuff like that. So it's still the professional effort, but it's on the amateur stage.
Well, I don't know, Olympics is a big deal, yeah?
It is a big deal, yeah, but he never made it there. So he was on the path to like, so if you win this, you win this, you win this, you win this, then you start going towards that, right? He was winning those things that he had to, but then epilepsy and he just had to quit, right?
Yeah.
But my uncle, his dad's brother, so the whole family's been into boxing. My uncle, who's my dad's brother, won our national championship 9 times. No, 7 times. And he participated 9 times, 7 golds, 2 silvers. Till date, no one's beat that in his weight class. Nobody.
That's awesome.
You know, I can say the best boxer India's ever produced. He got picked in the 60s for the Rome Olympics. The only boxer from Asia to get picked for the Rome Olympics. And India didn't send him, of course, political reasons. India sent referees that year, but not the boxer. The only boxer that made it. They didn't send him, right? And again, he was also living a little bit of a privileged life back then, so he didn't care either. He was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't really need the Olympics. He was boxing because, again, he liked doing that.
Yeah, he's doing it either way, so...
He never did it for the money, but he had all the championship belts and all the theaters had his name outside and, you know, he was a big fucking deal. And his brother was the knockout king of India, but still not as good as him. So like all of that pedigree, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Got a
In the
lot
boxing circles, it's crazy sometimes when, I tell people my last name and they're like, oh shit, do you know this guy? I'm like, yeah, I grew up around him.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
I was interested in stuff, but I never really had the discipline or had anybody introduce me to, like, I started Muay Thai a couple years ago. And, I wish I got into it when I was young. When I was like 16, I fractured my back and shit. So
Oh shit, how?
it's like skateboarding.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, and it was whack too, because it was like I was always the guy who just went from like A to B to C on a skateboard. I just traveled and just went places. I wasn't really big on tricks, but like I would go to skate park every once in a while, and there was like these fucking like young kids there, and they were doing shit, and I was like, I can do that, and I couldn't do that, and I ended up being taken to sick kids in an ambulance. It was a big deal.
No way.
Yeah, it was a big deal. So when I got into Muay Thai, like competing wasn't a thing, and I have some people that are into wrestling and stuff. There's like really good wrestling school close to here. I don't know if you know who Santino Marella is. No. But he opened a school that's just at like Tompkin and Eglinton, which is really close, like 10 minutes from here. And I don't think I could actually take the bumps and do the actual wrestling, so I was like, but I want to be in this world. So wrestling was just like the next
you
best
mean pro
thing.
wrestling?
Pro wrestling, not amateur wrestling. Yes, I mean like the acting, athletic show, spectacle. It's not like just a competition.
Favorite wrestler?
Pardon?
Favorite wrestler?
Favorite wrestler of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes, the rattlesnake.
Right now, there's so much. Wrestling is getting really good again. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but
stopped following.
I did too for a long time, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's like another promotion that's directly competing with WWE, so it's
What's
good.
It called?
It's called AEW.
Oh, I've heard about AEW.
Yeah,
Wasn't it around for the longest time?
It's only been around for less than. Oh, you know what? I think it's about 3 years now. I think they just had their 3rd year anniversary show. So, but yeah, man, and it's kind of like reinvigorated, revitalized. I don't know. It's, brought back my love for wrestling, just this brand specifically. So there's a lot of good wrestlers on there, but Stone Cold for sure.
Yeah.
Of all time, definitely.
Mine have to be between Stone Cold, The Rock, and The Undertaker. Like
The Rock is on my shit too. The Rock is awesome too. And Undertaker has to be on there, right?
The greatest to ever do it, in my opinion, is The Undertaker, because he never broke character, right? Dude, The Undertaker was in a fucking Indian movie. Can you
really,
eh? Not the real guy. They put a fake guy.
Okay.
And they called him the Undertaker.
Yeah, okay.
And he was the bad guy's bodyguard in the Indian movie, and he scared the living shit out of me even then as a kid. That guy was fucking amazing, dude.
There's actually a lot of similarities between wrestling and stand-up, and you might not realize it, but like when the coach at Battle Arts where I go, when he's like explaining we just did like a show a couple weeks ago, and he was trying to explain like you can have all the moves, but you like character is also important too. And he's just like explaining character to people, and I'm just I listen to everything he's saying. He's very knowledgeable, but he like was specifically setting this out, and he was mentioning stand-up. He knows I do this shit, and just talking about like you need to know like is your character you? Is your character like just an exaggerated version of you? Is he like the opposite? You want to know what your character has for breakfast, or what kind of music he listens to when he's angry, and like that kind of stuff. And I'm like taking this in, and I'm like, I mean, I've added a little bit of what I've taken from that to stand up, and I feel like there's more to take.
Oh yeah. The theatrics.
And I think some of the wrestlers, I think some of them may be interested in trying stand-up just to get more comfortable on the mic and stuff like that.
So the wrestlers you train with?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I forgot to mention Kurt Angle. I liked him too.
Oh, yo, I met him, dude.
No way. Yeah. Man's a legend.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's really short. I'm taller than him.
Oh, shit.
He's fucking like 3 times as thick as me. But yeah, super nice. Yeah, I got him to sign a book. I have his fucking It's True book.
Oh man, do you remember when he used to go, if it's on TV, it's true?
Kurt Angle was, man.
Oh.
Legend, dude. Absolute legend.
Do you watch the UFC at all?
100%.
Yeah.
I love like pretty much, this is like my current thing that I say. It's like, because I'm not really into basketball or like traditional sports, but anything with like a half-naked man I'm into, like boxing, MMA, wrestling. That's
Sick.
that's my shit basically.
Yeah. But sorry. Go ahead.
No. You finish what you're saying.
But on the UFC front, Kurt Angle I think would have been a great fucking fighter. You know, in the fighting world. I mean, you know why he chose WWE over.
I'm not sure. Do you know?
Yeah, because in the Olympics he broke his neck in the semis, right?
Oh, okay.
So
I knew he broke his neck.
That guy's
and he still won.
Yeah, he still won the final with a broken neck, bro.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Imagine that kind of resolve in the UFC. That man would have killed people.
There's a lot of people that it's like I wish. Like I think Undertaker would have been good if he got into it when he was young. You know, the fact like when UFC started getting big. He was just too old, you know what I mean? So
yeah. But now this guy is gonna go into the UFC. What's his face? Gypsy King, the boxer, Tyson Fury.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I love him.
He's training with the Diaz brothers.
Oh shit.
Yeah, which might not be the best idea.
I really wish that they would do McGregor Diaz 3. I'm gonna be real.
I think they will. McGregor doesn't have too many options in the UFC to fight. Like, who's he gonna fight? Michael Chandler?
I heard that he was gonna fight somebody.
Michael Chandler.
Actually. Is that who his next fight is lined up to be for sure?
There's no line because he's not fit to fight yet because of his foot injury. So once he's fit to fight, they'll actually declare a fight. But I think the forerunner right now is Michael Chandler because he's the only guy who won't go in and wrestle with him. You know?
The thing is, I don't think it'll happen, but also Poirier against him, Poirier McGregor, because I mean, really, that last fight, that was such a brutal injury, and Poirier didn't cause it. It's like
think so? Like,
he won,
he checked.
but not according to McGregor.
Yeah, not according to McGregor for sure.
I guess, but it's so hard because I've never actually seen the X-ray, but from what I saw, it didn't look like it was actually at the joint. It looked like it was above the joint. So, I mean, it definitely could have been the check.
Yeah.
But nothing happened until he, stepped back. It could have been cracked.
Yeah.
And then he stepped back. I really, really wish that didn't happen. That was, probably hyped up to be maybe, the best third rubber match, in fucking, in maybe history, almost.
But here's my counter-argument. Okay. He broke his leg. It wasn't the ending everyone wanted. Now think of this as a street fight. He breaks his leg. What then? What's the fight's not gonna end just one way.
You're right.
Either he accepts defeat or Poirier eats him.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and and Poirier would eat him. He's not, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would take defeat unless he's knocked out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even when he broke his foot or his fucking leg or whatever it was, he was still sitting talking shit, bro.
Yeah. Same with John Jones. He broke his foot and he was giving a post-match interview and he was like, probably shouldn't be standing right now. You know, it's a different kind of...
I think Jones is done for. I think his career is...
He's coming back with Stipe though.
For real?
Yeah. They're making the fight Stipe versus Jones.
That's gonna happen this year. Dude.
It's gonna be a great fight.
That's gonna be a good fight.
I really, really hope Stipe wins.
I really hope that there's no fucking asterisk in fucking Jones's shit now.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Dude,
picograms.
And it sucks because, I mean, there's no arguing his talent.
Yeah, and legacy.
You know, it's just always what I say to my buddy he's a big Jones fan. And I wouldn't say he's a bad fighter. I just don't think, I wouldn't call myself a fan of his.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got an incredibly high skill level. Mm-hmm. Top tier skill level.
Mm-hmm.
But that all the stuff surrounding his career and what he's taken, it's drowning out anything else. How I always put it is, if we were playing Monopoly,
mm-hmm.
right? And, I was on, a, 20 game winning streak. But then on game 21, you found out I was cheating. It's how do you feel about those games before? You would question those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it sucks that that's happened to him, And it's
he did it to himself.
He makes a lot of bad personal choices as well, and it's but what about his fighting? You want to focus on that, but it's so hard.
It's very hard. But he makes it hard.
He does make it hard, man.
It's hard to be a fan, because trust me, I love watching John Jones fight because when he's fighting, that's art. What he's doing in there.
The way he positions himself and just his move. Oh man, he is.
Yeah, he's so good at what he does, but then outside of it, I mean, I don't care what he does outside of it, except, you know, of course, the last incident was a bit too much.
What was the last incident?
The one where his daughter had to call the cops because he was beating his wife at the hotel
what
room.
the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I heard about that.
Yeah, so when he got the Hall of Fame nomination, he did lines of coke in Vegas and went totally nuts, and from there, yeah, he was involved in some sort of assault. Like, she had a black eye, I guess, and his daughter had to walk up to the reception and be like, "You need to call the cops, like, right now. My dad, I mean, he might kill my mom, and he's a professional fighter and all of that." And
that's fucking scary, man.
Crazy, man, crazy. Because these guys, they don't know, like, they're human weapons. These guys, they're not just some ordinary human.
Yeah, and most fighters' pain levels are a lot higher. So like, what they might perceive as soft, is like a fucking knockout punch to me or you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly that, man. Fuck, can you believe that shit?
That's nuts, bro. I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah.
God damn, man.
But yeah, it is what it is.
All right, bro. Let's try out some of these snacks. I got 4 things left. You can pick one first.
I'm gonna pick something that I can tell what it is with this one.
You can tell from in here too. Also,
Nah.
these. What are these little? All right, I'll try these. These look like pancakes or something. All right. Ooh, that was loud. Melon Kit Kats and what are these mothers? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Mini melon pancakes. That's what they look like. It's just this pan.
Yeah, looks like a pancake.
Yeah.
We're both going melon. That's pretty cool.
All right, we'll do these melons. Get it up, man.
Food section of the podcast.
Smells very melony. I don't know. It doesn't smell like a natural melon, you know? When you open something, it's like, chemicals.
Is it tasty though?
Buddy, it's pretty good. As long as you have something to drink.
Oh, okay. Yes. Drying up.
There's like a filling, kind of. A little
You
melon
want the
filling.
other side of the
Wow, for
melon
sure,
Kit
dude.
Kat? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
There's like a Kit Kat in every one. Some of them are bad. There was like a strawberry champagne or some shit. Like, what are you thinking, Kit Kat?
Yeah, I tried strawberry milk. Not bad. I'm gonna try this guy. See what that's like.
Those aren't bad.
Yeah, I like it.
Huh.
What made you sign up for this?
Oh, I was just looking for... I'm probably going to change it eventually. But I was just looking for, like, weird snacks to try.
Mm-hmm.
In, like, different subscription boxes. They had one, or they have one that's, like, treats from around the world. So, like, lots of different countries. I think I might start doing that one soon. I still have one box left that I haven't opened of Tokyo Treat, and then I might move on to that. I don't know how I feel about that Kit Kat, bro. To be honest, it kind of tastes like... It tastes like what chapstick smells like, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no wonder
weird.
I like it. Bro, I almost go through like chapstick just because I like licking it off my lips.
Yeah?
So just like going through...
Some of them are fucking... That's what I can't buy the ones that actually like taste or smell like, like Dr. Pepper or some shit. Like, I can't... I have to buy like the ones that... Even ones that are mildly tasty. I have to get ones that are like
original
shit.
flavor.
Yeah, bro. Always gotta go original or else it's not gonna last.
Yeah, exactly. So I go original and I have to find the medicated ones because my lips just fucking go crazy.
They get bad, eh?
They go
I know,
crazy.
sometimes I do too, man.
Yeah.
I have a lot of like school photos from like elementary. Buddy, so bad. And I'm like, what the hell were like my, like I was raised in foster homes and stuff and lived with my Nana for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I see them and I'm like, what the, like, whoever was taking care of me, like, what were they thinking letting me go to school like this? I remember, like, some of my foster parents and stuff, they would tell me, stop licking your lips. That's
Yeah.
what's happening. You're licking your lips,
Mm-hmm.
and they wouldn't give me shit, bro. They wouldn't give me shit, and it would get bad, and I'd have to like, dude, like I was like licking my. It was because it was the only thing that would temporarily soothe them,
it,
but it
yeah.
also made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
And I would carry it like it got to like the point where like I would like carry around like a wet, damp like cloth, and like put it on my mouth. Because I mean, a good like, I want to say like half a centimeter, 5-6 millimeters just around my lip, a border of just like crack. Fucking darker than usual skin,
Just
some of them
painful.
were real bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it can get really bad if you don't take
Not
care
at
of
that
it.
level. I was just about to say that fuck, mine like tears up and becomes all red, and I have to eat curry after. Oh, so sad. But now listening to your story, I'm like, yeah, I have a lot
Well,
better.
now that I'm like able to buy shit on my own, like it never happens like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But like I literally have school photos where it looks like that,
Shit, man.
and it's just I don't know. It's a little fucked up. But yeah, let's start our top 5, dude.
Yeah, let's do it. What do you want to go first?
I think.
Soccer teams.
Okay, let's start off with soccer teams.
You
dude.
have any soccer teams that you like?
Well, here's the thing. I'm admittedly not a huge soccer fan, but I am Italian and French.
Okay.
And I did soccer teams on a previous episode, like long, like somewhere in the teens.
Okay.
And I didn't name any, but when I was doing it this time, I was like, I feel like I could actually come up with 5,
Okay.
and
that's
so I
cool.
did. But again, like not super. Like I definitely won't be able to tell you like players' names.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like that huge, but yeah, I always enjoy watching Italy. I would say they're number 1.
Mm-hmm.
France would be number 2.
Okay.
Cosburn Middle School, grade 7, 1998. I was goalie. That's my 3. Yeah, bro. It's because I'm lazy. You know what I mean? And I wasn't that good. So no, I wouldn't get it passed to me, and I just run back and forth. And I got tired of that shit, so I was like, put me in net. And it's actually fun. I feel like I'm actually half decent in net.
Yeah, you got good reflexes, huh?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah. That's
decent.
Good. That's good.
Then I'm going to go Toronto FC just because they're
Yeah.
the Toronto team. And then, I mean, we could argue. I know there's a couple other good teams, but really I would only say Manchester United because everyone I know that loves soccer always says them.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't know anything about them. When I watch soccer, it's usually the World Cup.
Okay.
So that's why Italy, France, and then I would go Argentina.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, Manchester United. I hate Manchester United.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because I'm a
Okay.
Liverpool
Oh,
fan.
okay. I
And-
got you.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, there's no such animosity as such. But yeah, if I'm watching a United game in my head, I'm like, I really hope they lose. But yeah, so for my favorite team, of course, I'm wearing their jersey right now. It's Liverpool FC. Yeah, I've been watching them for decades now. Every game, never missed a game. I mean, yeah, here and there you miss a game sometimes, but for the most part, for about 2 decades, I haven't really missed a game unless I really have to. To the point where I would tell, before I got married to my wife, I would tell her, listen, don't pick a day when Liverpool's playing, or else I'm not coming to the wedding.
Like I'm serious.
And yeah, she was very serious about it. So we got married off season,
Okay, all right. All right.
Because I didn't want to have a game the same day as me getting married. That'd just be weird, I'm like trying to look through my phone, see who scored. And
Yeah.
It's not a sight you want at your wedding. Yeah, so number 1, definitely Liverpool, and with them being number 1, I kind of don't like naming other clubs because it's at some point you're gonna end up playing Liverpool and I'm gonna end up hating you.
Yeah, okay.
So like anyone against Liverpool, I hate them. But if they're not, I like Barcelona a little bit because of Lionel Messi. Of course, he's one of my favorite players. I love watching him. So yeah, Barcelona for that matter. What other teams do I like? Liverpool, Barca. I like Juventus. That's the Italian team.
Okay, yeah.
I like AC Milan because we beat them in the final in 2005. That was a good time. Did I name 5 already? I'll go
I
for
think it's 4.
Yeah, I'll go for a couple countries. My brother likes Brazil. I like Brazil. We support Brazil a little bit.
Okay.
India never makes it to the World Cup.
No.
So one way or another, we have to pick another country. I like England too because I watch the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah. But football is, that's one sport I've been watching for God knows how long.
What's your favorite?
Yeah, I would say it's my favorite outside of combat sports.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah, I love combat sports way too much. Because the excitement is different, you know, when you're... It's literally like two people fighting it out like gladiators.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely different watching a Blue Jays game versus watching a boxing match. Or,
Yeah, yeah. If you watch the UFC, Joe Rogan constantly is like, people show up to baseball games. He fucking hates baseball.
It's fun to play. Like, thing is, there's lots of sports that are super fun. Like golf is one, for instance, that I talk shit about for a long time, and then maybe like 10 years ago or so, maybe a little over 10 years ago now. Mm-hmm. I'm getting fucking old, bro. I like played golf for the first time. I went with like work. They had like a golf tournament. I was like, oh yeah, fucking sweet. We don't have to work, you know. And we all went and fucking. It was so much fun, dude.
Yeah.
And you don't understand how much.
Or just like actual golf.
Actual golf.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and like I usually don't do 18 holes because that takes a long time. But like a nice 9-hole, bro. That's a fucking day of fun, dude.
I can imagine.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I never would have thought. You see it on TV and it's just like, why am I'm looking at sky? It's like blue and green. And then the odd time you'll see a putt and you'll actually see the ball. Yeah. But most of the time it's just, you know? And that's how I feel about baseball. It's not fun to watch, but it's fun to play, I think. No?
Baseball? Yeah, I've played it. Weirdly, I've played baseball in India.
Rugby. Or cricket.
No, cricket is different. Cricket I played my whole life, but I played actual baseball. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like someone going across the base.
Yeah,
Scouts, for some reason, they made us play baseball every Sunday. And I was one of the scouts, and so I showed up every Sunday and fucking played baseball.
Hell yeah.
But dude, like Indians take a lot of pride playing baseball. Because for us, it's super easy. Like, we've played cricket our whole lives. Like, you throw a baseball...
Significantly harder.
Yeah.
I think cricket is.
Yeah, because the ball swings and shit, right? It bounces. Like, you're throwing the ball without it bouncing towards me. Like, I'm going to hit it 10 out of 10 times. Like, when people say they cannot connect, I mean, of course, at the MLB level, of course, it's coming to you at bullet speed and you cannot connect, I understand. But when you're playing a softball league and you cannot hit bat to ball, bro... What are you doing? What are you doing? Like in India, you would be picked last. At any sports thing, you're fucked.
I never was, I feel like I was always somewhere in the middle. You know, when it came to like most sports. Like I've never been like, you know, that guy who like shines, but it's like I was the guy who people were like, all right, I'm confident to pass the ball, that he'll do something good with it, or the puck, or whatever the fucking case. I didn't really play hockey because I couldn't skate, but... Like, whatever it was. I'm always, like, mediocre, right there in the middle.
Same.
You know?
Same. I was just there so that they could have enough players to make the team. Yeah. So, like, if they needed 11 players, I was one of them fit enough to be the 11th one, you know? So, I somehow managed to make it.
Are you good at soccer?
No.
No?
I'm decent. Like, I can play, and depending on how good you are, you'll think I'm good or not. But I played with a bunch of really good people, and I'm really shit. So
okay. Yeah. That's how I feel too.
Yeah. So, but I love watching it, man. Like even if a bunch of people I don't know are playing, I'll just stand and watch because I just love watching that shit.
I've only ever been to one, and it was like Toronto FC.
So much fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
I really love going to soccer games. I used to go to them in India. They wouldn't even have tickets. And I sat and like the players sat somewhere next to me. Like it was very weird.
I just saw like a video actually of like a stadium that was on fire during a game. I don't know if it was in India, but it was like it was definitely in the, you know, the eastern side of the world.
Yeah.
And it was a packed stadium.
And on fire.
And there was like a corner of the fucking thing on fire.
And
like
still chilling.
Like it was weird, dude. I was like, why are people still like, I don't know. It just seems like the kind of situation where you like panic, you know? And people are like, shit, there's a fire 10 feet away from us. Fucking goal! Like, you know, it was just they were so in the zone. I don't know exactly if it was being handled like...
But things are handled different in the East. I'll tell you that for sure. You know, when I believe when there's too many people, the value for human life reduces. Like over here, there's not a lot of people, and there's value for human life. You know, like you want to save everyone. In the East, one person goes, that's okay. It's a part of life. You know. Like and I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Like I have literally been on a train in Mumbai where a guy got his head severed under that train, right? And 4 people just jumped off that train, picked his body up, put it on the side, and the train moved on.
That's wild.
Yeah, and I saw head there, body here. You know?
Like you saw with your own eyes.
Yeah, with my own eyes.
That's fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
4 people got down, put it all together, put a white cloth on it, said their prayers, they're back in the train and we're out. Crazy. Same thing, Go train, I was coming back from London, not Go train, Via Rail. I was coming back from London, somewhere near Saga or close to Toronto, someone was on the track or someone got hit, 6-hour delay. I was in that train for 6 hours because they couldn't just let us out.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, the drivers are too traumatized to drive the extra 15 minutes to get you to Union Station. So we're going to call new drivers from Windsor who are going to come all the way here to drive you the other 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you fucking kidding me right now, bro? We had our whole subway system blown up and it was back up in 7 hours.
Yeah, yo.
That's bomb blast.
Nuts, man.
They blew it up. You know? And so what happened when they blew it up is also people just got off and like they started picking up hands and legs. They're like, okay, we gotta clean this up because the subway system needs to be back on. You know, so it's a different life. And
definitely that I feel like is like definition of privilege right there.
Yeah.
You know, like to be like I don't want to do it. Like, you know, it's just it's so foreign to those people.
Right. And that's why like it kind of...
But it is, I mean, to be real, that's a crazy thing to just brush aside and be like, oh my God, like, see, I can't imagine, I've seen 2 dead bodies in my life, but never was it like a decapitation or like something that severe. It was just their body and they weren't alive anymore.
Yeah.
You know? And it, like, even that for me was like a bit traumatizing, you know? I feel like a bitch now. Damn.
But here's the thing. I've even seen a guy getting barbecued. You know? So the Indian train system is a little old where like there's wires running on top and like if you touch that shit, it's like a 10,000 or 5,000 volt current that runs through you. Like you're barbecued on the spot. And there's not enough room in the trains, right? Because a billion people, everyone wants to go places, all of that. People sit on top of the train. Mm-hmm. Right? And now they're on top of that fucking train that's moving so fast. And in the middle, if they like so much as so put their hand up by mistake, they're barbecued, bro. And on my station, where I get on and off, I saw a dude get barbecued on platform 4, like straight up,
just
cooked.
Fucking and it's hard when you have that current flowing through you. It's hard to
He's all sorts of dead.
Yeah.
There's no survival. Like and you see that all the time. Like I've fallen off trains, hurt myself. One of my friends fell off the train and like cut his head open and was in coma for like a month and a half. Like, so it's very common, you know, and that's why when I'm outside in Canada and like not just comedy but anywhere in Canada, I feel like people like to be very gangster around here. Like, oh, you don't know where I'm from, bro.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, you don't know what I've been through, bro.
Yo, Rexdale, son.
Yeah, I'm from Rexdale, son. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Relax,
I come from
bro.
the headquarters of that shit. You know, that little gangster shit you're throwing around, bro. Like
it gets tired, yo. That kind of stuff just gets tired. It's like, man, just relax, man. I know people that are harder than you and they're like the friendliest people in the world.
Exactly.
Like, just check yourself, dude. It's okay. You can be a nice person and still be hard as fuck. We get it. But like, it's just, we get it. You're hard.
Yeah, exactly. Like, like if you have to bring your resume on the table, you're not hard. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Like if you have to come and tell me what you've done, that's the definition of not being hard yet.
Alright, let's do Nickelback songs. To be honest, not a very big Nickelback fan.
Yeah. Are you a Tool fan?
Pardon?
Are you a Tool fan?
Yeah. I like Tool.
Yeah.
We've done, like you said you were liking Tool. I think when we talked, but
Yeah.
I've actually like talked about Tool so many people are like, I try to get in like, maybe some music and maybe some sort of like TV or movie. I just try to like, mix up some things. And like when I do music, a lot of people have mentioned Tool. So we've done the Tool songs. So that's why I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm only mentioning Tool because like have you seen that meme? In a car full of Tool fans, there's always one closeted Nickelback fan.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so I'm that guy.
You're that guy?
I'm not closeted. I'm pretty open about it.
I don't hate, man. I like, for me, it's like, I'm a huge Limp Bizkit fan, and like we catch a lot of hate too. And like I just, at the end of the day, you like what you like. I would never criticize you. I'm pretty sure I could come up with 5, but yeah, definitely I would never say I'm a Nickelback fan.
Mm-hmm.
So like none of the songs on my top 5 are good. Like there's not going to be any B-sides, you know? But number 1 would definitely be, that one's classic. I'm going to go with, for my number 2, and then number 3, I'm going to pick, can't forget that one. Number 4 is, and number 5, Rockstar.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay, I got one, bro. No,
I was like, what is going on?
No, I honestly don't know if I can come up with 5.
That's
but
cool.
I do like Rockstar. The thing with them is I think the band is phenomenal. And obviously this I think is this is the common problem with people that complain about Nickelback.
Mm-hmm.
And to each their own. I don't think he's a bad singer. He's just not what I like. But it's just his style of singing. I think the band is badass.
Yeah.
They're good. They know what they're doing, but then it's like even him like playing the guitar. Chad is a good guitar player. I just don't like his style of singing.
Mm-hmm.
Rockstar is the song that has always like been the exception to the rule. I also really like there was a song, I don't know if it was Nickelback though, you might know. It was Chad Kroeger and
Carlos Santana. If today was your last day.
Oh my god, yo, that's actually a decent one, dude. I forgot about that, dude. I like Santana, bro. Yeah. Carlos Santana's a beast. I forgot about that one. Okay, so, I mean, it's not Nickelback, but that would be on there. And the one I was going to say was from, like, the Spider-Man soundtrack.
Ooh,
back in the day.
Hero,
what's that called?
We'll say
it's called Hero. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I would say,
that's
like,
Nickelback.
Those are...
That's a Nickelback song.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. I think it was on one of their albums or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was also the Spider-Man soundtrack. Yeah, that was a great song, bro.
You catch a lot of heat for liking Nickelback?
Amongst my Tool fan friends, yes.
Your Tool fan, okay.
Yeah, because they think I'm phony. But dude, I love Tool, man. Fuck, Tool's my whole life. But let's put that aside. We're going top 5 Nickelback songs, right? First one would be Rockstar, and like as cliche as it sounds, I fucking love that song, bro. Like it's so much about it, dude.
Yeah, and also, like, I didn't say this before, but, like, he's also a good lyricist.
Yeah.
He can write.
Yeah.
It's not that he can't write and the songs are nonsense. Like, they're talking about some, stuff, even, like, How You Remind Me. Like, that's a well-written song. I just don't like how he's, like...
For pop, it's good lyrics. Yeah, but it's no Tool, you know? Like,
I mean, they'll never be on that level. They're just... They're not technical. They're a very generic rock band, you know.
I like that, you know.
Exactly,
you can put that on, bro.
Yeah, yo.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
I don't get a lot of the hate for all these bands and like people that like the bands.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, sure. I don't care if you like it, man. I'm not gonna criticize you for liking some shit I don't like. Exactly, buddy.
It's some people hating on some people just because they're successful, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like and you're like, oh, but he's not even funny, bro. Like, bro, he's funny.
He is funny. Yeah, like
he is.
You don't think he's funny?
He's packing rooms, bro. There's people coming to watch this guy.
A lot of the ladies too. Like it's like I think there's a lot of funny female comedians around, and then you get like the odd person will be like, like I find that a lot of the hate is for female comedians.
Yeah.
I don't want to say a lot, but more than it is for the guys. I hear more about women, and it's like, hey man, like if you don't think they're funny, that's cool. My girlfriend's coming, and she's bringing all her like, scientist friends, and they're like smart, and they like different kinds of stuff, and it's like, I mean, you don't like it, you don't have to.
It's a demand supply game too, right? I mean, there's and I don't mean in no disrespect, but there's so many male comics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you as a producer or you as a showrunner want to balance your show out a little bit. You don't want just one after the other dudes coming out speaking about the same shit over and over, right? You want some variety, like so different comics, and that of course there's lesser women comics out there, so like if you're a newer male comic, you feel like, oh, but they're getting on all these shows, I'm not getting on, but like just keep patience. Like everyone gets their time in the sun eventually, It's not about gender, or it's not about anything. It's just about being funny in that moment.
That's it. Yeah.
And being a pleasant person. That's all that it is. And everything else will sort itself out. So I don't think anyone needs to like go out there and specifically hate anyone, regardless of like race, color, or gender.
Yeah.
But that being said, you might see that like female comics get certain shows, you know, and you don't, but that has nothing to do with anything. It's just balancing shows out, you know.
And it's weird because sometimes I don't look at it with like the eye. Obviously I'm a male, I don't look at it how ladies look at it, but at the last Lafiteria I had booked 3 ladies, 3 women, and they were like all sitting together like, Paul, 3 women, and they were like so happy, and it was like, oh, like I didn't even really realize until you guys mentioned, you know. But
the nicest ones though, Gigi, Hillary.
Gigi, oh yeah.
Oh, and I didn't get a chance to talk to Moira.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she's great. But Gigi and
she seems like a sweetheart. That was the first time I met her, so.
Yeah, all of them super nice. Like I meet them on mics and stuff, and it's very nice. Hillary specifically, I remember.
Hillary's awesome.
Someone heckled me at Taco when it was happening outside, and they heckled me from like 2 intersections away. Like they were just passing and they just screamed, "No one cares about your immigrant problems." I was just standing there going, "I know no one cares, but this is like I'm just telling jokes, bro." And she was not having it. That person who was like screaming from a distance, and from here you could see Hillary going back instead of me. It's like, "We're all here to watch." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Fuck yeah.
And she messaged me after the show too. She's like, "Yeah, don't worry, you were very funny. Fuck that bitch."
Yeah,
I was
right
like,
on.
"Yeah, okay."
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's really cool, yeah. But okay, so the Rockstar is my first song.
Yes, we are doing top 5. Keep going.
Second song would be Hero. That's a really good song. Thanks for reminding me. I'm going to listen to it on my way home. Photograph is good. Saving Me is good.
I don't know if I know Saving Me.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I said, I'm like I know they're hits.
Yeah,
they're like number ones. That's what I know.
I like Animals too. By them.
Oh yeah, I do know that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Acting like we're animals. That's a good one.
It's a good guitar riff in that song.
Yeah. There's one from their Dark Horse album that I'm not thinking about right now. The one that had Burn It to the Ground. I think that's the Raw theme now.
Oh
if
yeah?
I'm not wrong. Raw SmackDown theme. We're going out tonight and get
Oh, I do know that song, but I don't watch Raw or SmackDown anymore, so I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I do know
Nickelback performed
that one,
on either Raw or SmackDown. When
really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And then they made this the song of like the promotion. It was really cool.
I was like talking to my girlfriend about how like, well, like Harv's the first person to want to do like Nickelback songs, and he's brown, and then we were like talking about it, and we're like, you think it was him like, oh, I'm moving to Canada, I'm gonna get into Canadian things, and so you picked up Nickelback, or was it just like something that you heard and you're like, what's this?
Yeah, I was like 14 or 16 or something like that, and like if you remember, LimeWire was the thing.
Oh yeah.
So I used to just like straight up rip songs from LimeWire that I thought would be cool. So what me and my friend used to do is we used to walk around this music store in the city, and we used to look at all the new albums that came out,
shit.
you know.
That's
so we'd
smart.
be like, oh man, this
not paying for this. I'll write that song down though.
Exactly. we went down. We saw the Hinder album, Extreme Behavior. If you remember, like Lips of an Angel and all that. We go home and downloading all the fucking songs from LimeWire. We just listen to anything, and that's how we came across like all of these bands like fucking Hinder, Nickelback, all that shit. Like that led to Nirvana eventually, it led to Guns N' Roses, it led to so many different bands. Like I love music. I used to play bass
nice.
for a band sort of thing. I mean, they were good, I wasn't. Good thing they carried on and I didn't. But yeah, and I was all.
You gotta try things, you know, figure out what you're good at, you know? It's all good.
And they're some of my best friends, so you know, it's always been cool like listening to different shit, and I've always tried to like just listen to anything that I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
I listen to Indian rap.
Okay.
Yeah, and
some of that shit sounds mean though, dude. Like it really does. Like I don't know what they're saying, but I can fucking bob my head to that shit. The thing is, like, even though I don't know what they're saying, I like a lot of the instruments they use in that kind of music, man.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah,
I just like. Did you know who Jedi Mind Tricks is?
No.
Okay, they're like a hip hop group, and like they use a lot of like samples from like Eastern music, and like the main guy, the main rapper is he's Muslim, but he's like an Italian Muslim.
No shit.
You know, and it's like I don't know, they're fucking, and their producer is just like, I feel like you'd be into that. Most people, like my girlfriend moved here maybe I should really know, but under 10 years ago she moved here.
Mm-hmm.
And like she came and she knew who Jedi Mind Tricks were. I feel like they're somewhat known over there just because of like the sounds that they use.
I mean,
you know
the internet, everyone's known everywhere, right? If you're into
That's
something.
true too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we released a song when we were a band and someone in Italy heard it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And I think they reached out to us saying, you want a tour? I'm like, yo, we're just Indian kids who have to take money from our parents, you know, calm down.
Yeah.
There's no way we can make it to fucking Italy to tour with you.
See, that's the good thing about technology, and it's also the bad thing, because it's easier to connect and get around places and be known, but that also means that there's going to be more garbage, because it's just easier to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, yeah, it's just, I guess, something you have to sift through.
Yeah. But yeah, so where was I? I named more than 5 Nickelback songs, I think.
It's
already.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but I like them, dude. I like Chad Kroeger's voice. Like I said, I found him on fucking LimeWire. And at one point I didn't know who he was, so I had to go look him up on Google and see what he looks like.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, man, this guy sings really well. Like, I need to see what he fucking looks like.
Yeah.
And it was like 20 kbps internet, so fucking by the time his picture loaded, I was almost done 3 songs, you know? So, yeah, good times. For sure.
What do you want to do next?
Superheroes, I'm good with that.
Alright, let's do superheroes.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go quick. I do them on every episode. So, Batman is my number 1. I like to group Ninja Turtles as my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Michelangelo.
Alright, dig it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're number 2, and then I'm going Red Hood, number 3, Arsenal, my number 4, and then Spider-Man is my number 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty traditional. I'm a big, like, comic book nerd, so...
Okay. Yo, who's that?
This is Marv from Home... I'm actually wearing the shirt from Home Alone.
Oh.
It's these 2 guys.
Shit.
So, yeah. You've seen... Yo, wait. We talked about this. You haven't seen Home Alone.
I have, but I know what it is.
You know what it is. Okay.
Yeah, it was big in India. Yeah, it was big. It would play every Christmas on like the English movie channel.
Oh, buddy, I'm gonna buy you Home Alone for Christmas. Do you celebrate Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. India Christmas is weird. The whole country celebrates it, and every place is decorated and shit, and they have like a fucking Santa, and they put cotton for snow because it never snows. And I was like, there's something fucked up about cotton for snow, you know? I'm just putting it out there. And there's this semi-fat Indian dude that they dress up in like more clothes, and he's just like sweating buckets while there's lines of fucking kids just trying to get on his lap. It's so fucked up, bro. It's just a sweat fest, the whole thing. You know, it's sad, but it's also fun.
It's funny, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going ahead with superheroes, right?
All right, yeah, let's do it.
I'll go right off the bat. I don't have any like comic book superheroes for me because I don't really read comic books or watch any of those movies.
Cool,
I love Spider-Man though.
That is cool,
fucking
man.
That's the one movie I saw as a kid, and I was like, yo, this is cool.
Yeah.
This shit is cool. He can hang and shit and stuff. Like, that's cool. So Spider-Man for sure. I love that guy. I like Iron Man. Because he goes out there and he tells people he's Iron Man, so that's pretty cool, you know. When you're Spider-Man, you should be able to tell people you are fucking Spider-Man. Like, that's the coolest thing about your life.
Yeah, right.
Imagine like headlining like fucking comedy shows all across the city and not being able to tell people it's you that does it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Like if I'm putting in so much work saving your asses, you guys better be fucking looking at me with respect when I walk on the street, okay? So that's what I like about fucking Iron Man is that he owns it. I am Iron Man.
Alright.
You know, so Iron Man, Spider-Man for traditional superheroes. For non-traditional superheroes, I'd go Steven Gerrard from Liverpool FC. Definitely a superhero. Always showed up when the team needed him the most and scored like crazy goals.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like you wouldn't even fucking imagine someone scoring from there. And every time, you know, it's so weird that every time this one person shows up, and like my whole childhood, I would just watch for this one dude. And I would be like, dude, he fucking did it again. He did it again. You know? It was
They
crazy.
like follow him on the field. He's coming.
He's coming. Yeah.
He's coming. Ah, there it is. Boom. Fucking yeah.
It was exactly that. It's like like Liverpool's losing 2-0, last 10 minutes left. I'd be like, yeah, he's on the field. We'll figure it out somehow.
Yeah.
And he would somehow fucking figure it out. You
Yeah.
know? And that's definitely fucking Steven Gerrard. Man, from now one has to be from the MMA world. I would go Sammy Khatow. This is my uncle, because again, like I mentioned, best boxer I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Superhero again, fucking
Awesome.
lightning in his hands. He doesn't have a wiki page, but someday he will. I promise you that. And for the last one, I don't want to go soccer. Just gonna pick someone from the fucking UFC. Right now, I would say Charles Oliveira.
Okay.
Yeah, because of just his life, bro. I'm so inspired by that guy. It's crazy. It's crazy, like how he managed to do what he did. You know, I mean, I don't know if you
And
followed
he's-
his career, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Max Holloway put him in a complete different realm. Like he paralyzed Charles Oliveira almost, and from there to not losing and becoming lightweight champion in the toughest division in the UFC. And as a kid, he was told he will never be able to play soccer even, forget MMA. You know, because he had some sort of bone disease as a child. And from there to being in the hospital for months, where his parents thought they were going to lose him as a kid, being born in like the Brazilian favelas. So already you're like behind in life,
Mhm.
right? And from there to fucking here, bro. It's crazy. Like his swimming pool, where like now he lives in the good area in Brazil.
Yeah.
And the bed of his swimming pool reads in Portuguese, of course. It reads, "The favela has won." You know, that's crazy
dope.
shit. That's
Yeah.
crazy shit. You know, when he went back with the belt, you should see the people where he was. Like everyone's carrying him on his shoulders, like. And
Those are
he's-
the best
Yeah.
best stories, man.
Yeah, man. And he's showing, like, he was, like, an old video circulates of him showing his house, and he's like, we don't have a lot, but I'm happy because we can, like, my parents can feed me. And, like, all the things that were worth seeing in his house were trophies he won during jiu-jitsu. Like, he was like, oh, these are all my trophies and shit like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. So,
Very
yeah.
respectable guy, for sure. Yeah.
And definitely a very good
Great fighter.
Yeah.
Great fighter.
Yeah. Say what you want. Like, I mean, I wouldn't compare him to Habib, but he's good in his own right. You know, he's beat the toughest of competition in the lightweight division, Dustin Poirier, Gaethje, and probably maybe Islam too. You don't know that. You know, Islam's been beaten before, so you know if Charles can get his back and beat Islam, then he's the true champion in my opinion, because I think Islam is better than him, but still. Charles
Yeah, I don't
Oliveira.
think like when you said something about like you were referencing records or like win losses, and I like, yeah, that's important, but when I think of my favorite fighters, like Khabib's on there,
Mhm.
and he's obviously like, I mean, he's undefeated, but he's not my number one. Like, you know, I don't necessarily think your win loss.
Mm-hmm.
People gravitate towards lots of things, especially when it comes to fighters, you know. And as time goes on, it's getting more popular. There's more
Yeah.
things that I think
So
people are
Mayweather
adding
effect.
to their bag of tricks, you know. And it's like, I don't want to say like McGregor changed it, because there were people before him,
Mm-hmm.
but I think McGregor made a lot of people look at it a little differently. It was like, oh, like we could do more than just when we're in the ring, and now it's becoming a big like. They sell tickets to weigh-ins, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's growing, and it's going to get bigger, and I'm
Yeah.
actually really excited for that sport, man.
Yeah, and to like know that about like 10-15 years ago, it was just a bunch of what we thought savages beating each other in
Mhm.
the octagon. Like, if you ever
Like,
watched,
some of the first UFC, they don't even
yeah.
have weight classes and
Yeah.
shit, bro. It's just like dudes like me going against fucking
Gigantic.
Santa Claus-sized dudes, and it's like... And it's weird, because like sometimes those smaller dudes are going to get those big guys, bro.
Yeah.
It's weird to see,
Yeah.
like, with like 100-pound difference. This guy's just quick, yo.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, I
And
don't
he
know, it
knows
was interesting,
jiu-jitsu,
but
so
interesting
yeah.
and scary. I think it was a little more scarier. Now it's safer, and they're, You know, the weight, like there's sometimes it's only like 10 pounds that separate weight classes and stuff, and I think that's necessary.
Yeah, I think weight classes are necessary. I don't think weight cuts are necessary, but
who was it that just missed?
Charles.
It was,
By half a pound, and he's no longer champion.
Yeah.
But forget not being champion. Like, being champion comes with pay-per-view points, right? So he lost millions for half a pound.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but regardless, man, the heart on him is crazy, and I respect that. And similarly, like you said, win-loss, like, I love Khabib, but he's not my favorite fighter just because he's always been untouchable, right? He's not been through that kind of, like, lows and highs like a Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
You know, who's, like, fucking fought through everything, and when he became champion, I was almost, like, in tears because I was like, yo,
that was great.
This guy did it.
Well deserved, man.
Yeah, he fucking did it.
Yeah.
Similarly, like, those kind of stories inspire me more than, like, I like someone who people thought would never do it, and he did it. You know?
Yeah,
so
me
that,
too.
Yeah, but Khabib, again, fucking legend. I love that guy. That makes it 5 for superheroes.
I think so.
Yeah.
You wanna... Let's do PlayStation exclusives.
Cool.
All right.
I'm gonna go games because I've not played a lot of PlayStation exclusives besides Spider-Man.
Okay.
I didn't know that was an exclusive, to be honest. What else is a PlayStation exclusive? I love the Assassin's Creed series. Have you played that? I don't think it's an exclusive.
It's
I
not.
love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I love that.
Initially, I got onto it because, you know, when it was newly released and stuff, you could climb onto anything. Like, you climb onto walls, run up walls and shit, and that was cool. So I like that. I like FIFA a lot. It's again not... but FIFA is my thing. Like, usually I take offense if you beat me at FIFA, you know. I'm like, we gotta play again. Because that's the only game I've played since 2001.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, every year, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's been 20 years. If I'm not half decent at it, like, what am I good at this point? So FIFA has to be on the list. Assassin's Creed's on there. Spider-Man came on there. I like GTA a lot. Everyone does.
They need a new one, though, for sure.
Yeah, GTA 5 was so good. How do you top that?
Yeah, I mean... It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, GTA 5 was so
People
good.
are still playing it. Like,
I'm
hard.
still playing it.
You are? Yeah. I haven't played it in a bit, but
every now
my
and
buddy's
then.
on there like almost every day.
Yeah, I like UFC too. Do you play UFC at all?
They're really fun. Yeah. I like them.
Yeah.
I just I didn't like the original when they came out, but since EA took over, they've been phenomenal.
Yeah, this last game was pretty good.
Yeah, it was so
I
good.
just go stand and bang online and just swing at people. It's so
I'm the
much
clinch guy. Yo, don't let me get you. You're getting a bunch of knees. You know, that's yeah.
Oh man.
But those are consistently great too. I actually was that 5?
Yeah.
Okay. I think a couple of mine aren't actually exclusives anymore, but back in the day they were. So Crash Bandicoot's my number 1.
Oh yeah.
Like those are my favorite games, bro. Like, to be honest, like platform, old school platform, or any kind of like I don't know.
That's the first game I ever played.
Well, yeah, Crash
Bandicoot on the PlayStation 1.
Buddy.
That was the first PlayStation game I ever played. That's crazy.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Spyro is my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go, even though I don't have it. Spider-Man is like the only reason I want to get PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the only reasons. Also, The Last of Us.
Ooh, yeah, it's a good game too.
Ratchet and Clank's number 4, and then Last of Us is number 5.
Nice. Yeah, I've played all of those. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're solid. And then I guess we'll go through bucket lists.
Yeah.
Bucket list items, top 5 on there.
What's bucket list items? Like,
okay, like just like kind of like
before you die.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
like things. And I did this before,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually wrote my list, and I was like, I wonder what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I did it on like either episode 7 or 8. And actually, there's still a couple that are on there. Because, I mean, as time goes, things change, you know? But my number 1, I think, until it ever happens, I don't think it'll ever happen, but maybe, you know? We could pray to Elon Musk. Number 1, go to space.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not smart by any means, like... and I'm sure there's people that are healthier than me, but I mean, if it ever gets to be like, you know, we get commercial flights and stuff like that where just like civilians are going to space, like I'd love to go to space, man.
Yeah, but why?
Just to, dude, I don't know, just to be weightless, you know, see like the Earth in all its flat glory. No.
What if you go to space and like you're like fucking in space, you turn around, it's actually flat, bro.
That'd be wild,
That'd
right?
be crazy. It's not. It is not.
I don't think it is. But at the same time, it's like, I have never been up there. So it's like, I don't 100% know. I'm like, I would say 90% sure the Earth isn't flat.
Yeah, when you go up there and it's just a flat thing, you're like, fuck.
They were right, man. That fucking dude who didn't graduate middle school was right.
And what else is he right about?
Yeah, right. Question everything. Okay, number 2, something we were kind of talking about. I don't know if it was earlier on here when we were out there, but I want to leave my 9 to 5 work, bro. That's my number 2.
Okay.
Number 3, perform at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles.
Oh, sick.
That's a dream. Regardless of what kind of show I'm doing, just getting like some stage time and being on that stage. Mm-hmm. That would be, epic. I'm gonna say release a special or like an album, some sort of comedy thing. Mm-hmm. And then I'd like to skydive.
Oh shit, I would love to do that too.
Would you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Fuck, but I don't know how I'd take it though. You know when you fall and your stomach gets really tickly? Mm-hmm. Like when you're falling from a height or like, bungee jumping and shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I get that, like, but really like crazy tickler and I'm like,
heights aren't my thing, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I've been bungee jumping, and when I lived in BC, I'd like to do a lot of like cliff diving and stuff of like 40, 50 feet, cliffs or whatever into water. Mm-hmm. And like heights aren't my thing, but after a certain point of like falling, it's weird because most of the time when we fall, we hit where we're going relatively quick. So we only get a brief moment of that. But it's like when you're doing it and you actually have time to like breathe again, catch your breath, it's like it's a different feeling. It goes away after like, that initial feeling. It does go away after a certain amount of
falling.
Yeah, exactly. A certain amount of feet. I don't know what it would be, but
that's crazy though.
Yeah,
I'd love to do it, especially in BC because the landscape is so beautiful too.
That's where I did it, dude.
Oh, you ever
bungee jumping?
Oh, bungee jumping.
Yeah, in Nanaimo on Vancouver Island, they have it's over. I want to even say it's over like the Nanaimo River or something like that, and it's like 150, just over 150 feet high. It's the second highest bungee jumping platform in North America.
Oh shit! The highest one then is in Ottawa.
Is it Ottawa?
Yeah, because one of my friends recently did it, and they said it's the highest in Canada. So
oh shit! Here's the thing too. Like now that we're talking about it, it's like they could easily lie. I don't know.
Yeah,
so but that's what they said. Shit? Right. But either way, man, I think it's something that's people should try. Just face your fears, man. It's okay.
Yeah, for sure. That makes how many?
That's 5.
That's 5. Cool. It's my turn. Shit, man. Bucket list would be.
I would say honorable mention. I'd like to have some kids.
Oh shit.
That'd be good. That's number 6 on the bucket list.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Shit. I honestly have never thought about that.
Kids?
Yeah. It's so weird.
I bet your wife has.
No.
No?
No.
Why?
I don't know. I mean,
okay.
Both.
Have you guys talked about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We both have not really thought
just
about it.
Just not a real rush
no,
to do that.
No rush, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, she wants to give me my time too, right, to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And, there's going to be a lot of moving involved with what I'm doing, so we don't want to, like, half-ass raising someone if we have, like, if we
No, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, if we ever choose to, we'll do it right, but right now we just want to
There's no reason to rush.
Yeah.
I
mean, there's 7 billion of us, really. I mean, me adding one more isn't going to change the world, really. I mean, knowing me, it's probably going to ruin the planet. So, and my brother has kids, right? So it's not like my family can come up to me and be like, "Oh, what about the family name?" I was like, look at your kids right here,
right there.
Yeah, that's the family name for you. 1 and 2. But so yeah, I've never really thought about kids. First thing on my bucket list would probably be to like be able to do comedy full time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know what that means. Does that mean specials? Does that mean albums? Does that mean just road comic? I don't even know. Like, I'm so new into comedy, according to me, that I don't even fucking know what comedy has to offer yet. So, yeah.
We just kind of fall into, whatever, and just ride the wave, man.
Yeah.
That's all you can really do,
Like, personally, I don't know what the next step is for me. Like,
I struggle with that a lot, too.
Yeah. Like, how do you know it's time for me to, like, do this? Or it's time for me to do this? Or, like, I know it's not time for me to record an album, but how will I know it's time for me to record
I
an
know,
album?
right? Yeah.
How do I know my jokes are good enough now? Is someone going to come and tell me? I don't know. So I guess some way or the other figure out comedy, and I want to be able to perform at like a sold out stadium show or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be a good moment,
Yeah.
where I'm headlining. I'm not one of the fucking comics on the lineup, though I would love to be on the lineup too. But if it's my dream, then why? I can dream about anything. Might as well me.
Right. Yeah. Definitely, man. Yeah.
So
why are you gonna open your dream?
Yeah. My opening in my dream. That sucks.
Some bullshit.
Yeah. So in my dream, I'm the headliner. But if someone wants me to open, by all means, I'm down. Second would be, actually, dude, I'm so stupid like that. I don't have any like real goals besides comedy, and
don't worry, dude. It's all good. You don't have to feel bad about that. It's totally fine, man.
Yeah, I want to go to Liverpool once, watch a game, because I've been a fan for like about 2 decades now and never watched a game. One, So yeah, that would be on the bucket list. Weirdly, I've been around the planet a little bit, so like traveling is not on my bucket list because I've
fucking haven't been anywhere, brother.
I'm trying to get my ass to Europe in a week and a half if my passport just shows up, because like I'm still Indian, right? So I need visa. So I drove to Montreal on like 8 hours notice or 10 hours notice to get my visa. So I went there, I showed up, gave them all my documentation. They asked for a fuckload of documentation, like pay stubs, proof of address, proof that like I'm going to come back to this country, to the point where they actually asked me like, your application would look better if you own property. That way we would know you're coming back. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm going there for a week. Like, why should I own property in Canada for that? Like, I'm coming back. Trust me.
Yeah.
I have a job here. Like, your country ain't going to offer me nothing that this country already doesn't. So I'm coming back for sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but right now Canada Post has kind of lost my passport.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's been a week and they keep telling me it's coming tomorrow, and now we've lodged a complaint with Canada Post and they're like special investigation division or whatever the fuck is looking into it. And I really hope they've not lost my passport.
You paid for your tickets already and shit, right?
And I have to pay for everything beforehand before I apply for the visa, because they want to know on every day what I'm going to do to let me in.
Wow.
They even take all my fingerprints and they take a mugshot and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. It's very difficult holding an Indian passport and trying to enter Europe. For some reason, there's a lot of hoops to jump. Well, Canadians can just show up.
I'm so ignorant.
Yeah, Canadians can literally just wake up and show up and be like, yeah, I'm here for 90 days and hi. So, shit, where was I going with this?
I don't know. You were going to, you're traveling?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to Europe in like a week and a half. I have my tickets booked for the night of the 3rd to go to Amsterdam and Brussels.
What are you going over there for? Just fun?
Chilling, hanging out.
You going with the wife?
Yeah. Nice. We've
awesome.
been married for a year. We got married last year, June 6th.
Oh, so this is the anniversary trip kind of,
sorta, yeah. So
nice, man.
She found some tickets that aligned with the dates and we were like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it.
Oh, I really hope it works out for you, dude.
I
hope
really
you get
hope
that
too.
shit. That would suck. But are you going to be able to get your money back if it doesn't work out?
No. So I'm going to
so it really needs to work out. Yeah, man.
I mean, if it doesn't, it's fine, I guess. I mean, I'm pretty good at putting things behind me. And not like fussing over it, but
that would suck though.
It's gonna suck. Yeah. It's gonna suck majorly because like everything about like this whole pandemic has sucked for everybody, right? And why I'm getting into this is because our marriage was also like during the pandemic, so no one could attend. We had 10 people and just our families there, which honestly, personally, I just got to get married. I'm happy. But she wanted like everyone to be there, friends to be there, like there to be music, like they shut the lights on us while we were trying to change into clothes for pictures, like that's how bad like the pandemic got. They're like, no, 7 o'clock cut off. So they turned the lights off on us while we were in the changing rooms, me and her in different changing rooms, and the lights go off. Like, and now we don't know what we're doing at this point. Like someone's holding a flashlight, and it's a black suit that I'm changing into. So I can't even find the bits of my suit. I'm like, fuck, this is crazy. So all my wedding pictures are a little fucked up because my hair is not done, and so I feel like with the whole wedding thing and everything, like it was such a half-assed process, to be very honest.
Mm.
And with the 1 year, we're like, let's go on like fucking trip.
Yeah.
Let's get this in while we can, since things are open. So now this gets cancelled. Like, fuck, really? Like, it's gonna suck. But I always like to think that I'm very privileged. So,
Yeah.
So, I mean, these minor things don't really affect me all that much. But it sucks for the wife, and I kind of feel for her.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I really hope my passport shows up.
It's a good way to think, but I mean, I would understand if you were frustrated with not getting your passport, I won't hold it against you if you're angry about not getting to go, man.
Yeah,
I'm dying to travel and go places.
Yeah.
Like, I went to Buffalo when I was young. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. If we were doing, like, top 5 places I've been, I think I'm actually doing that with Dana on the next episode. But I was like, I can't even answer that because, like, what am I going to say? Thunder Bay,
But you've been around this country, right? Which
I
is
have,
cool.
but there's
have you been to Alberta?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
cool.
actually, when I moved to BC, I drove from here to BC. So it, like, took, like, 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And so, like, stopped pretty much in every province. And so I've experienced a bit of every province, but, like, I want to go somewhere hot, I want to go somewhere...
Go to India, bro. Trust me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Go there because you'll find a very different side of the world. And
that's what I want to experience too. Like, I don't necessarily want to go to, like, the touristy spots.
Yeah.
Like, I know people, like, told you I was raised in foster homes, and, like, my foster brothers are Jamaican. One's Trinidadian.
Oh shit.
And so, like, when Jamaica is a place I definitely want to go. And I was always, like, telling people, like, hey, but, like, when I go there, like, tell me the people to go. I want to experience Jamaica for real.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be at, like, Sandals or some
Yeah,
shit, like a resort.
I was at the resort and I didn't like it.
Because that's
so
just,
much.
like, you can experience the same exact thing all over. It's not really, like, exclusive to Jamaica. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I tried to get out as much as I could.
Yeah.
But they try to shield you from the locals for some reason.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, yo, calm down. They're going to understand me and I'm going to understand them. I've literally lived their life in a different country.
Right.
So like, I'm not scared of them and they're in no way threatening to me. So like, let me the fuck out of this resort. And it was fun, like getting to talk to people there, like we met someone who said he was Bob Marley's cousin, and like the tour guides were like, oh, this is Bob Marley's cousin, and you're meeting greatness and this and that, and everyone was taking pictures with him, and I got in a conversation with that guy, and he was stoned out of his mind. He was like, yo, you got anything to eat? I was like, what the fuck? You're Bob Marley's cousin, bro. This is your whole farm. Like, you have all of this to your disposal, but here, I got some biscuits for you. and he just takes those biscuits and he leaves, bro. We don't even have a convo. He was so stoned. But good times.
All right, sir. So we'll pick one of these and we'll end on this. So
anyone, right?
Yeah, you pick whatever one you want.
Perfect. I got one.
All right.
Oh shit, this is good.
Okay, so this is kind of. I guess I'll do this one first since we were just kind of talking about it. What is your most important goal right now?
To provide for my family at any given time.
Right.
That's my most important goal.
That's
everything comes second.
Yeah.
To me, first is family. Everything comes second.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I like to take care of the people that took care of me.
Unfortunately, my family is not. Just because again, foster home, so I wasn't close to my family. Mm-hmm. My Nana was probably the closest person, and she passed away a bit ago. I would say, right now, it's number 2 on my bucket list. Leaving my 9-to-5 work. I think that's where my whole mindset is at. You know, with reffing and starting my own shows and things like that. Like, there's literally nothing I want. Maybe a vehicle. I need a vehicle too, but like, there's nothing I really truly want more than to just not have to work 9 to 5 and not. And don't get me wrong, I went to culinary school. I'm a chef. And I do like cooking still, but like the industry has just drained me of a lot of my passion, you know? Like I like cooking at home more, and there it's just like going through the motions and stuff, you know?
Is comedy doing that to you at all? Is the industry getting in the way of passion?
No, I haven't had that at all. There's too much passion and there's too much freedom for anything to really hold me back with comedy. It's like if I get tired of something, I would just go away from that. Like like I'll never be tired of making people laugh.
Yeah, and there's always people to entertain. That's the thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like regardless of where you are, you could be at a comedy bar or you could be in a park, but like, you're telling jokes, right?
Yeah, dentist, bro. I was making the fucking people crack up last time I was there, bro.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, you know,
it's a
practice
true
your
sign.
shit anywhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly, bro. You can be funny anywhere. My turn?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do it up.
Do you have... Can I go any question?
You can do it. We'll do both of them, so you can do whatever.
Okay, do you have a consistent bedtime? Is it important to you? I don't have a consistent bedtime right now. Because I come home at whatever time I come home from a show.
Yeah.
And then I like to like eat because I'm trying to form a habit where I eat before shows. But I kind of like... I'm not hungry before the show.
It's hard. It's too much. No, I'm the exact same way,
man. And also like... I feel like if I eat too much, I might end up burping on the mic, and that might sound weird too. So
that I have a thing where I have a fear that I'll perform like a great set and then get off and have some big ass thing stuck in my teeth.
Yeah.
Like nobody told me. I just you know.
I've had that though.
Oh, you've had that?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Fuck, Indian food always gets stuck everywhere. Yeah.
What was the question?
Do you have a consistent bedtime? Is it important? But I'm trying to get to a consistent bedtime. Yes. And it is important to me because then I can have some structure, you know. I feel like I lack a little bit of structure right now.
It's hard. I definitely don't have a consistent bedtime, especially now since I'm not doing the full-time work. It's like there's nothing to really force me to go to sleep. You know, especially, you know, you perform and stuff like that, and then you get home and you have that like performance high for a little bit to unwind, and yeah, I feel like it's all over the place. I can go to bed at midnight sometimes, and then the next day I'll go to bed at like 6 a.m. Like I'm fucking...
6 a.m.?
Buddy, it's brutal right now.
Oh, shit.
It's brutal. When I work, it's a lot more consistent. But not having the 9 to 5 to, you know, keep me on track, it's just, it's all over the place right now.
Okay. What do you do till 6 a.m., bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, playing video games?
Yeah, like, it depends. Like, if I have, like, sometimes I'll... I don't know, edit.
Oh, okay.
I'll play video games, or I'll be watching something, or just sometimes just laying in bed trying to sleep, you know?
Oh.
Like, I'll be like, I have to get up early tomorrow, and like, I don't know, man.
Knock on wood, that never happens to me. If I hit the bed, I'm
You're
golden.
good?
I'm golden, yeah. I could have slept for 12 hours. 13th hour, you put me back on the bed, I'm sleeping, bro. That's it. Beds are for sleeping. That's my mind's trained that way.
That's good, though. That's good. Do you have a TV in your room?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. And I can watch that while still falling asleep in like the half an hour that I need to be asleep in. You know?
Nice.
Yeah. It's you can like again as a kid I would fall asleep and like my parents would try to wake me up and wouldn't be able to wake me up. Like it's crazy because
I'm a light sleeper, bro. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah. I keep saying that, but I also grew up in India, bro. If you're a light sleeper, best of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, best of fucking luck. They have street festivals and shit. They don't give a fuck about your sleep.
Alright, sir. What's an unusual way that you've made money?
Oh, God. I've sampled cigarettes.
Oh, yeah. I actually knew someone that did that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a study? Some sort of thing like that?
No. So, I wasn't the one smoking them. I was just the one promoting them. So, So my job was, I don't know how legal it is to be mentioning it on camera, but I was hired by this company in university. I wanted to buy myself a bass guitar, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to ask my parents. I'm going to work for it myself. Eventually, my parents bought it for me. But I tried to get a job and shit, and this was the only thing that kind of my friends knew. of a job prospect. So we went, and the job was they you go to different parties and they give you like around 200-300 cigarettes that you carry in your bag in like packs of 10, and whoever's smoking, you go try and have a conversation with them. You're like, oh, you're smoking this, how about you try this? And then you leave the whole pack with them. So you give them 10 for free and be like, here, try it. It's kind of like moving people from brand to brand. But like, the ethical part was to not go up to non-smokers and be like, hey, you want like free smokes? Want to get on a new habit? It's just catch people that are already like smoking and try to put them on our brand, like the Marlboro Reds.
Okay.
So I was pretty famous in university for a bit, because you can imagine if one of your friends has free smokes for like, I could call someone and they would show up at an intersection with 200 sticks at any time. Like, I had superpowers, bro. Yeah, so that was definitely the most unusual way I've made money in.
I think I have a few, but like I like sold drugs a little bit and like did some like door-to-door stupid shit, like, oh, I'm raising money for, but the one I want to talk about specifically is I would go to grocery stores and I would find like people leave and drop their receipt on the floor when they're leaving, and I would find like receipts and I'd get like the most expensive items on the list, and I would literally go in with a shopping cart. I would take those exact items off the shelf and I'd bring them up to the counter and get my money back with the receipt. Yeah.
That's smart, bro.
Yeah.
It worked?
It worked a few times, quite a few times.
Did you ever get caught? Did you
Nope.
No.
Never got caught doing that, no.
No.
But it wasn't like I did it every day. It was just like, it was like I'm really hurting. I can get like a few quick, like, $40-$50.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
I did it probably like 10 times in my life.
Yeah. I mean, there's no judgment here at all. Like, I'm totally
I was young. I just want to say I was like early 20s.
Yeah. I have unfortunately shoplifted myself here and there in a shop. Not as a young student, just to be a little shit.
Yeah.
Like when you and your friends are outside school and your friends like, yo, I bet you can't do that. I'm like, hey, fuck you. I can totally do that. Yeah. Watch me. And then go in and you come out with a bunch of biscuit packets that you fucking paid for. You're like, yeah, who's the real man now, bitch? Here you go, biscuits for everybody. Or Red Bull cans, that was worth stealing. That shit was expensive. Yeah. But not too much of a thief myself, but I've done that for sure. I'm not proud of it, but I did it as a sport, to be very honest.
I mean, there's lots of things I've done that I'm not proud of, but at the same time, I've learned from them, so I'm not too ashamed either, you know?
I mean, you can't be like, things happen because of situations sometimes. It's not, you have to...
I've never murdered anybody, I'm talking like, exactly.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. And...
We got one more?
One more
question.
Did
you do... you didn't do that, yeah?
No, this is the one. How have you benefited from science and technology? That's a very easy one. We're just fucking doing it right now.
My girlfriend, My girlfriend, I met her on Tinder.
Oh, shit.
And, I don't know. She's a scientist.
What was the opening line?
Pardon?
What was your opening line on Tinder?
You know what, dude? I think she actually hit me up first.
Oh, cool.
And then, like, it was very, like, I had been against Tinder and stuff for a long time. Like, oh, man, like, I can meet people. It's okay. And then I got out of a relationship and I was, like, engaged and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, my ex had, like, a daughter, so we were living, like, the family life.
Oh, shit.
And then when this happened, I was like, fuck it, I'm focusing on myself. Actually, that's when I started stand-up. So it was like I started putting everything into stand-up, and I just didn't look at, like, women for, like, over a year. I was just thinking about myself. And then two of my friends that I was working with, like, one of them was engaged and one of them was in, like, a relationship for, like, 2 years, and they both met their significant others on Tinder. And I was like, I guess I'll try it out. And then literally, like, the first person I matched with was her. And the same day we matched, we were, like, talking on the phone. Like, we didn't just, like, communicate through Tinder. It was like,
oh, shit.
All right, we met here, but, like, call me, you know?
Oh,
like,
shit.
And so
that's
that was kind of...
I've never asked someone on Tinder to call me.
Yeah. Well, she was the one who called me, dude.
Oh, shit.
And she was like, and I honestly, yeah, for real, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's confident and she's like the strongest fucking woman I've ever met.
That's cool.
The most supportive woman. I feel so lucky now, yo.
No,
You know?
yeah.
And you go from something that isn't what it should be to something that is what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
You really realize how much you were missing, you know? And like, she's just the best, man.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I would say my relationship has benefited, you know? I met my girlfriend.
From technology. That's awesome, dude. Technology plays such an important... I get paid because of technology.
Yeah.
So...
There you go. It's like your
my job.
all your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my whole livelihood is based on technology. And that's what I do for a living. So I guess it's helped me in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean...
Being able to pay bills and shit, but...
Yeah. That's fair.
That's the main one, I guess, yeah. Just because I work in that field, like, I feel like people who work in this field are privileged. Like, we don't see what people outside this field do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, any other field, people really grind and tech, like, people feel so, like, what's the right word for it? Entitled, really.
Okay.
You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm supposed to be paid that much, or I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be paid like X figures or this or that. Like, no, you're not supposed to be getting anything. You know, like all these tech companies have like wellness benefits and shit,
Yeah.
and like they want like their employees to have a good balance and shit. And, like, are you listening to yourselves, bro? Like, who has gone up to like fucking other jobs and been like, hey, TDC bus driver, want a wellness day? You know, that guy's getting slapped on his jaw, bro. Like,
Yeah, dude. I saw someone like, you know those like bags of the milk bags? You get like 3 bags in one.
Yeah.
Dude just fucking smacked the TTC driver in the face with one of those.
Yeah.
A bag of milk bags.
yeah.
Like that's your job,
so
bro. I
Toronto.
just-
That's amazing.
And it was
Someone
like-
got slapped in the face.
and I wanted to be like,
back.
hey man, can we drive? He's like, bro, just hit me with milk. And it was like, and it opened, like it didn't like he was wet, covered in shit. And he was like, the person left, and he's sitting there calling for someone to come in, and like he's handling it really well, like way better than I could. And I just
Yeah. What would you?
I've
done?
seen more things than that on the bus, but that was like the funniest thing.
So from here, you come to SoCap and stuff on the bus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you're really
sucks.
grinding, bro.
Sucks, man.
I love it.
But it is what it is. I love it, man. So you know, it's worth.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
But you're that's cool, man. You're really putting on some great shows in the city, and
I
you're
appreciate
doing it
that,
all
man.
by yourself, dude.
I appreciate
All
that.
the
We're
right
gonna
way.
get you back on the monthly show too, for sure. Maybe in October.
Sick.
But I do a Halloween thing, so you'd have to dress up. You good for that?
Man, yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Fuck
All right.
yeah.
Well, you can let these people know where to get at you, man, and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, you can get at me at _I am Harv on Instagram. I put on all the shows I'm on my story. I should really put it in the bio as well, but yeah, for now it's _I am Harv on any sort of social platform, Twitter, Instagram,
Oh,
TikTok.
you got Twitter, eh? Okay.
Yeah, I have
TikTok
just one
too.
tweet.
Okay,
Literally just one tweet. Yeah, it was an angry tweet against Doug Ford.
Okay, that's
when
fair.
like 25th lockdown happened, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I need to get Twitter so I can talk to this man.
Yeah.
You know?
He's a grimy prick. Must be nice to be making money off floor decals. Did you know that? Did you know about his thing? So over like the course of the pandemic, all those stickers, 6 feet, stand here, arrows, all that shit. He owned a company that makes those stickers for Ontarians.
That's
Ontarians?
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so like his net worth went from like 3 million at the beginning to like 50 by the end of it.
That's amazing.
2-year period.
That's amazing.
Grimy shit.
Yeah,
dude.
it's crazy. Politicians are the worst. I don't keep track of politics because I don't get a vote in this country
Yeah,
yet. And I'm like,
yeah.
fuck it, if I'm not getting to vote,
I don't
give a
honestly,
fuck.
bro. I don't even vote because I feel like the system's so broken.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to
Yeah.
participate in some shit I don't believe in.
Yeah.
I just to
Yeah.
each their own. Like if you vote, all the power to you. Do what you feel like you need to do. You know.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, the next person's gonna come and fuck you over anyway.
But that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know.
No one's
So-
out here looking out for people. I'll be honest with you, no one's out here looking out for
Yeah.
people. Like
No,
even
for real.
even like community and shit, like you have people that are close to you and stuff, and that's about it. And according to me. Like,
No, I mean, I think it's how most people see the world. I mean, it's just reality, man.
yeah.
But anyways, definitely check him out. Like always, the podcast is brought to you by Neon Light District. Hit them up. Use code PillowTalk to save 10%. And by the Great North Apparel. Hit them up. Use code PillowTalk to save 30%. We'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. Peace the fuck out.